Hey everybody, thanks for joining. I wanted to come out here and take a look at some of this stuff real quick with you. In the dark and in the light. We can start off on our mammoth real fast because I think with the light you can see the purples, the pinks. I'll take his ear out and put his ear back. I really like this one. I know I share it a lot, but I think it's a beautiful representation. You can see how they blackened this. They took this off where the ear folds. The flesh is still there. I think it's really neat. I just wanted to show you guys a few of these mammoth effigies that are sitting out here in the front yard in the dark. You can see how the black is done on this. The bird head pointing upward, you guys can see. Isn't that crazy? So let's take a look at a few of these real quick here. Oh, we can see the thumb marks and stuff out here, but I have to be careful. I can't talk too loud. One of the largest ones that I wanted to show you here, you might not be able to see it just yet until we come over here. It's not going to come out correctly, unfortunately. That's okay. Yeah. So, it's pretty interesting. You guys can, if you know what an emoji is, you could be able to just think about maybe 10,000 years ago what an emoji would look like. That's it. Yeah. Purple birds. I love the purple color. It's enthralling. This guy's really cool. He does have an open mouth. He's got red on the bottom and the top. I'll put my hand in its mouth. So it could maybe look like a horse. Maybe look like an eel. Or maybe if we turn it over to the edge here, it might start to resemble a human. I don't know. But it's art, so it's interpretive. Some of these things are just, we can see here how we have a, post hole hitch or like a post. You can put something in between it. There's a lot going on with that, believe it or not. We have so many wooden artifacts that we really do have to go through. There's so much stuff that I went through, picking up so many artifacts, like too many. And I never really had chances to do it all. Like I never had a chance to finish it all off. So there's still so much to go through, and that's kind of why I was trying to stop this, because it was so overwhelming. But I know that right now, I think we here at Faces in the Stone channel, all of us, 27 plus 100 people, we have the best chance right now of sharing this. And it's not just sharing it, right? It's teaching people that it's there. It's not just about showing you pretty artifacts. It's about showing you that this stuff is out here and that our state and our country doesn't really care about it, and for what reason, we might not be able to figure out right now, and that's okay. Maybe they just really don't know. This is a metal artifact. It has a thumbs up hand, you can see. It is made of an old bracket, probably an old ship's bracket. You can see how the little hinges for the bracket are done there. So I believe this piece of metal was probably smelted twice. Maybe it was made original for the bracket and then melted down again to create this multifaceted art piece. It does seemingly have an eagle on it. And you can see the very defined bird eye or eagle eye there. And he is giving a thumbs up with his hand. And I know that the eagle, we're talking Roman times. Like, we think of eagle as being America. We have to remember America is only 300 years old. So the eagle, the dual-facing eagles, you know, first it was just one eagle, then it became two. You guys, if you don't know history, I urge you guys to learn about Roman history. The history that happened in Europe here, because we have to understand this was the New World. This was the indigenous world. These people were living a natural way of life, still working with stone tools while we were smelting metal and creating, you know, metal tools and stuff. I'm going to give a shout out to Mike Turo Rocks. He doesn't do YouTube anymore, but he used to show me a lot of these clay pottery effigies, and he actually came to my house and helped me do a public presentation. And I was kind of overwhelmed at the time with a lot of the stuff that I was trying to share. You can see the red eye, the dark red spot there. I follow that red spot. But Mike Turo is a great guy, and he really did a whole lot to support me at the beginning. And as you guys know, I thought about quitting this because I wasn't feeling the support. And it's not really your fault. It's not that you guys aren't supporting me. It's just that I don't know how to activate you, right? So we find a new site. We find these easy artifacts. And I don't know how to tell you guys to go out to the courthouse with me. I don't understand how to do this activism, right? I also, you know, I've got people I got to take care of, and an animal to take care of. So I can't risk my freedom. So I need a lawyer probably if I'm going to do this kind of stuff, because it makes a lot of people fully mad. And so it's scary, right? I don't know if you guys have ever had to deal with the law enforcement, but you know, I'm a 6'2" imposing person, and they don't like, I'll show you real quick. And but so they don't understand, like, they see me huge, and I could be like, ah. They don't understand that I'm like a nice guy, or that I'm normal, or that maybe I'm just a little bit autistic. They don't understand me, and so I can get screwed over big time, and I could lose my freedom over this kind of activity by going to construction sites. I've had police harass me before at the original mound site, and it's not the police that are the problem. Honestly, it's the citizens. You guys got to quit calling the police. Got to handle your own business. Quit being scared of everybody, right? That's what's making everybody all weird. You can't just call the police for everything. You got to be able to take care of your own stuff, and understand that oftentimes when you call the police, you could kill somebody. You could kill somebody by calling the police. More likely than saving somebody, you end up hurting somebody. So don't call the police if you don't have to. Now, if there's an emergency situation, then of course, someone's, trying to hurt other people, then yeah. But honestly, for me, now I'm different. I'm a 6'2" guy. If I see somebody trying to hurt somebody, I'm going to take care of it myself. Some other Nancy is going to call the police. But we just got to take care of our own stuff, guys. We can't rely on anybody else to do it. We're Americans. We're supposed to be able to take care of ourselves, right? So I am a little drunk. I apologize. It seems like drinking right now is the only thing that I can do to freaking not be mad about everything that's going on, and try to come to terms with what I've spent the past 3 years of my life doing. And yeah, it's not great. Like, I'm not in a super great place. I'll let you know that right now. And that's why I need to get this stuff out of my house. I kind of need to reset, and at the same time, I still have so much, like we talked about outside, so much to go through. These extremely complicated pieces here. I mean, you guys who know the art, you can already see some of the characteristics. We've got different stones pushed into the crystal here. Very knobby. This is a very high level, excruciatingly probably hard one to see, but does have its main outside images. So, my theory on how they did this, they would make a statue first, just one statue, creating one image. Maybe it started with a stone that looked like a face, and they kept it, and they carved it, and they kept it around for the longest. And they would create more and more images on top of the other images so that you could see all the different ones. And they didn't have different stuff all the time. Sometimes they didn't even have stones, especially in the beginning, because the people made all the loose rocks. We know that glaciers brought boulders in, but glaciers didn't make all these rocks. Human beings carved these rocks from the sides of mountains. They were miners. They call it the Stone Age for a reason. Because these folks, they had stone. That's what they had. We can look in the white for the silhouette pointing to the left-hand side. I'll try to keep our focus here, but I want to bring it away so that you guys can see it. See the mouth, the nose, and then the eye. If you look into the mouth, you can see little teeth coming out of it. And you also notice how his head, see the arms, how his head is kind of going up into the clouds. So his sky, his mind is in the sky, right? He's in the air. At least his mind is. And I'll zoom in here, as I think seeing those teeth is really important. Right? See how zooming in sometimes makes it harder to see. But the next videos are not going to be about these. They're definitely not going to be about these artifacts. What we have to do now is we have to put these things outside. I can't have them in my house anymore because I believe that they have mites. I believe that there's bugs. Little tiny invisible bugs. And you guys know I have a parrot. And there has been, I've seen mites. Gosh, we've got boxes to go out. This box for Nick, it's been sitting here. I gotta send this stuff out. I'm sorry. It's taken me a while to kind of get my stuff together. Trying to kind of reorganize and pick up the pieces and figure out where I'm gonna go, because I'm not gonna stay here. I'm not gonna stay here in North Carolina unless they start listening, and unless people like North Carolina citizens decide that they actually, care about the indigenous sites. The news stations, guys, the news stations aren't even covering this stuff anymore. Like they used to cover it. They used to talk about it. They would help people out whenever they found these archaeological sites. Not anymore. They won't even touch them. The archaeological professionals in my state will not accept any of these artifacts because they want to keep on building. And the people who are running the cities and the towns, they're getting tax money for each of those houses. Every single one of those little houses that are built, 5 feet from each other, they're getting a lot of tax money for that. You don't own anything, right? We're not supposed to own anything. We're not supposed to own the land, really. And you never do. In America, you're never owning any land. It doesn't matter if you have 7 acres, 20 acres, 50 acres. You're still paying rent on it. You still have to pay those taxes every year. You will never own anything as an American because you're just a tool, just like me. Just like me. There's my little reward for training. We did a little 2-week aerial gunnery down in 2007. Wow, that was a long time ago. But I was the only person that was deployed at the time. And I kind of helped out a lot with the what we call forward arming and refueling points. So we were doing like a drill, you know, we pull up and we go and clear an area, and then we refuel. I don't refuel. There's a refueling section, a whole division supported to that. I was doing the armament, electrical, and weapons systems. So armament is weapons, but it was a while ago. It's just a section of my life. It's not the whole part of my life, but I think I should let you guys know I am a decorated combat veteran. I joined in 2001, right after that September 11th stuff. I was part of that group of people. So today we went on Twitch and I watched a few of my older videos just to kind of maybe draw out some of the artifacts, and I did. I have a few that I drew out, and looking at some of the older stuff. And I understand a lot of that stuff is hard to watch. Oh my gosh, just watching it again, it's just a guy who doesn't know anything about anything or archaeology. Now, let's say anything about anything, okay? But he doesn't know anything about archaeology, and he's trying to figure out why this mound is being destroyed in his backyard. He doesn't understand it. And 3 years later, I'm showing all the shale artifacts that we have found. Here's one that's wrapped up. This one's going to Jason Hickey. Well, sorry, Jason, for saying your last name. But this one's heading toward him. But there's a lot on this. It's the heart-shaped bird. It's the Carolina Classic, which is one of the reasons why I want to send it to him. But it is also this beautiful painted, statue. And it's a part of ancient America. This stuff, you could put this if I was a teacher in middle school, I would throw this on my desk. Be like, look, kids, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful style of art. I think it's wonderful that the human beings that were here in our country created this type of art. To me, it's amazing. And I don't understand why it's not to everybody else. And I know I don't do a great job of showing this stuff all the time. And I know I do a better job of just showing you how it makes me sick that we're not recognizing it. But the truth of the matter is nothing can get done unless we do it together. I can't do it by myself. They don't listen to me. If I tell them that there's faces on these rocks, right? They're like, okay, whatever. They don't see it. And because they can't see it, because I wouldn't have seen it either. They can't see it. It's not that they're being dicks. They really they really honestly believe that you're batshit crazy. It's because they don't do the work and they don't learn. They just really cannot see it. So I don't know what this video is about. I'm just venting a little bit and just being, like I always do, guys, as honest as I can with you about the whole thing. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing. I'm just sitting on the floor, trying to just be honest with you guys. This has gotten out of control. I don't know how to activate people. I'm not an activist necessarily. If I was better at it, maybe I would be like, hey, meet me at the historical meeting or meet me at the courthouse this Saturday. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to put that pressure on you guys, right? So maybe I'm just trying to be too freaking nice. But I've always said from the beginning, I don't want to be a martyr for this, right? And now here I am kind of sacrificing my life, the new relationships that I might have with other people. This is just, I've gotten so focused on this. And it's, to me, when you see the artifacts like what I just showed you, it's impossible not to be focused on that stuff. It's impossible to just let it go and be like, oh, I'm not going to worry about that for a few weeks. To me, this seems very urgent. It seems like we should be trying to save these before they get destroyed, or as they're pulled up from these sites, at least collect what we can. I learned from it. Other people learned from it. And I know right now I'm not seeming like the shining example of what is great about this stuff. And that's what sucks. I don't want to end this whole thing, this whole 3-year endeavor, on like a bad note of ending up losing my brain and just becoming so frustrated and yelling and screaming and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want that, right? I'm trying to walk in beauty, as they say. And I want to have peace in my heart. And I don't have peace in my heart when I know that these people's history is just ignored and destroyed on a daily basis, especially here in North Carolina. I'm getting ahead of my words, and I should just go ahead and stop it because it's late. And like I said, I've had a few beers. But we have to kind of join up and make like a coalition. And it does have to be kind of local. I mean, most of us are on the East Coast. And I want you guys to know, if you find a site and you guys were saying, hey, come with me to the courthouse or come with me to this historical meeting, I would be there. I would drive my car, one of my cars. I've got a couple cars. One of them drives really good on the highway. I could be up in Boston in like 8 hours. I could be all the way up to Washington in like 16, 20. You know, I can go wherever. But the thing is, we have to like activate people, right? So I don't know how to do it, but if you guys know how to do it and you have a site, I'll be there. This is a whole new thing, and I don't know if I want to do it. It's like anything that I want to do, I can figure out, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think that we have to have some more people that are into this stuff, and I'm willing to do my part. And I think I've done a whole lot. I've spent a whole lot of my own money taking these things out to conferences in public and working, you know, Saturday and Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 hours on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, you know, 26 hours or something like that. Just sharing this for free. I was the only vendor with a table that bought a table for $500 that wasn't selling anything. No tip jar. Like, I don't want any money. I don't need any money, right? It's not about money. So, with that, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for listening and hearing me out. It does mean a lot. So, I appreciate you guys, and leave it in the comments, right? Appreciate it.